Good evening. This is Evening Coffee, and I think this is the first time I'm doing this on Social Cam. And again, social media is another form, another outlet. You know, I just have to be careful not to make this an outlet for my ego expression. Because when I engage in that, it can become troublesome and it can lead me with the wrong intent. And I say that for myself, just to be, clear. But anyway, what I want to talk about, I was in church service last night, and let me tell you something that gets me about certain church people. I was listening to this lady sing, and I cannot remember her name, but Lord knows if I could, because I actually wanted to go up to her after service, and I really wanted to to have a conversation with her. I'll say that instead of saying what I really want to say, which is I wanted to let her have it. But anyway, she sang beautifully. I liked her song. She started off kind of a cappella. It was really nice. The words were so empowering. They were real. They touched my soul. And as I sat there, really getting into the music, her voice, and just trying to settle into the service, because certain services that you go to, there are so many egos in the room that it is difficult to concentrate on why you are actually in the service, including your own. So, you have to get past the who's who and all of the glitter and the glamour and the all that stuff. But let's not judge the creator's creation. That's what got me through last night. Anyway, so she gets up there, she sings, and when she gets done singing, she begins to talk and say things like, people that know me, they know I'm not for all this dancing and hooping and hollering, and that, okay, just stop the music and just raise your hand and, and worship God, and almost made an implication that everyone in the room that was probably dancing didn't have a, link to be able to worship God. She lost me. And see, this is what gets me about going to church and church people. You lose value when you start sending your ego-driven messages to people that are not even there for that mess. You can't make no difference in how people praise and how people choose to worship God. It's really none of your business. And when you get to a point where you talk about let's shift the atmosphere, that's the problem with the church now. They have competition going on in the church right now. In some churches, like, actually will get up there and talk stupid stuff like, you just need to only know how to let them into the inner sanctum and shut the music down, and just all of a sudden, like, they're these people that can make things rise to a levitation. Those that worship God in spirit and in truth. Not your spirit, not your truth. You don't know what people have experienced. So there's really no difference, as far as I'm concerned, between a person that worships and a person that praises and a person that dances and a person that just cries or just lifts their hand. There really is no difference. It doesn't mean that you're any better at praising God because you do it this way. So you need to stop that foolishness. It makes me sick. It drives me crazy. Like, you've put the trademark on how to worship God, and then you don't even realize it, but you begin to sound condescending. And instead of pouring into someone's spirit, your good voice, the good song that you sang, it becomes nothing but a bunch of shallow words, because now a person like myself is able to see that you only use that as a conduit to try and further your agenda. And when I go to church, I am not there for your agenda. I'm really not. I'm not there for your agenda. You really have no clue what people on a day by day by day basis are going through. So that when they get to wherever they go, for whatever experience that they want to experience with their higher power, with God, whatever. People are looking for peace and they want to be able to fellowship with like-minded individuals. And it really becomes difficult because when you go to church and you see all the things in church that are the same things really in the world, they're just dressed up differently and presented categorically different. You have the same group of people, they're just talking a different language, and most of them seem to be dressing it up with intellectualism and with this pseudo-spiritualism that they call God. Now, I see God in people who simply get up, do what they got to do, go on about their business, and can embrace people from all walks of life, even in the service. Now, I was impressed by the I'm a bishop, and I was impressed by him because one thing that he was able to do was he was able to have humor. He was able to just talk like a regular person, and he was able to make you feel as if wherever you were, he was able to meet you where you were. And you can't meet people where they are if you're way up here and you're looking at people as they're way down there because they don't praise and worship God like you do. You don't have an inner sanctum. You are not the creator. So stop your foolishness. Sing your song and leave the stage. Because really, really, your gift in that moment is that giant in your spirit that's helping to touch somebody else until you open up your mouth with noise. Kill the noise. It's not necessary.